America is not a racist country.
Ladies and gentlemen, this story comes out on December 3rd, 2021. And this school that you're looking at is a charter school, Cardinal Charter School in Cary, North Carolina. Recently, the principal was fired because he hired too many Black people and enforced the mandate. And they were upset about that, and he was let go. I'm going to let you listen to this audio from the News and Observer. All right.
Cary principal says charter school fired him over diverse hiring. COVID mask mandate. A principal of a charter school in Cary who was fired after less than 2 months in charge is suing the school's parent company in federal court. Brian Bauer was hired by Charter Schools USA to lead Cardinal Charter Academy, a tuition-free, K-8 public charter school in Cary, in mid-July, according to a civil complaint originally filed in Wake County in late October. He was fired around September 2nd, shortly after the start of the school year. Bauer accuses school officials of firing him for his hiring of racially diverse staff and or his insistence on enforcement of the school's reopening plan, which included a school-wide mask mandate and quarantine requirements for students in certain circumstances. He claims his firing for those reasons was a violation of state policy against racial discrimination in employment and state guidelines on masking in schools. Bauer also says his firing breached an implied covenant of good faith and fair dealing in his contract. He is seeking at least $25,000 for damages including lost wages and loss of earning capacity, in addition to interest accrued from the date he was fired until it is paid. Joseph Budd, an attorney for Bauer, said Bauer was not available for an interview. Just a quick word from our sponsor. Start your day with the latest.
Okay, we'll get past the commercial and then resume. Okay, here we go.
Summy, an attorney for Charter Schools USA, said in an email Friday the company cannot comment on active litigation. Racially diverse hiring. After he was hired in mid-July, the lawsuit alleges Bauer found out there were more than 20 staff vacancies due to actions by the prior school administration. Within his first 45 days in charge, Bauer had hired 22 new staff members, 8 of whom were African American. At least one member of the school's board of directors, who was not identified in the complaint, explicitly stated her disapproval of Bauer's hiring practices. Another employee, Charter Schools USA State Director for North Carolina, also expressed disapproval of Bauer's hiring of diverse applicants, the complaint states. Complaints about student quarantine policy. Bauer also devised the school's reopening plan, which required all students, teachers, staff and visitors to wear a face covering regardless of their vaccination status. The school's guidelines also required students to quarantine if they tested positive for COVID-19. The complaint states that upon starting as principal, Bauer observed several employees not following school's masking policy. Around August 20th, Bauer held a meeting with employees during which he castigated the staff to achieve their compliance with the mask mandate. After school began on August 23rd, Bauer received complaints from parents about the quarantine policy, including some members of the school board whose children were required to quarantine. The lawsuit states. Bauer was fired approximately 10 days later without any warning, and said he has been unable to find employment since then. He filed the lawsuit in Wake County Superior Court on October 29th. Bauer previously worked as a school administrator in North Carolina for more than 10 years, according to his LinkedIn profile. He was an assistant principal at 2 high schools in Brunswick and New Hanover counties, before becoming the assistant principal at Lake Norman Charter School in Huntersville, about 25 minutes north of Charlotte. In order to take the job at Cardinal Charter Academy, he and his family moved to Johnston County, according to the lawsuit. On Tuesday, the case was moved to the U.S. District Court for the Eastern District of North Carolina after Charter Schools USA requested the case be heard in its original jurisdiction. Summy, the attorney for Charter Schools USA, which is based in Delaware and operates primarily out of Florida, argued in a court filing that the company should be considered a citizen of another state and that federal district court would therefore be the appropriate venue. A copy of Bauer's offer letter included in court filing shows that he had agreed to terms that included an annual salary of $95,000, an annual bonus of up to 10% of his salary, a monthly cell phone allowance, and a $7,500 relocation assistance fee that required a 2-year commitment to the company. Another section of the letter states that the company may terminate the employment relationship at any time within the school year, with or without notice or reason. This story was originally published December 3rd, 2021, 8:37 a.m.
Okay.
Next
So you
article.
heard that, right? So they got upset with him for enforcing the mandate in hiring apparently too many black people. He hired 8, and I guess that was 8 too many for the people that was above him that run this charter school. This is what I said before. A lot of these companies will talk all of this, diversity, that. I think they're just doing that for show. But when diversity is really put to the test, you can see they really don't want it. They really don't want it. It's just something to say, but if you actually try to do it, it's a whole different issue. And it just proves once again how America is just smoke screens. When you get past all of the smoke, you see it for what it really is. These folks just talk all that good game. Oh, inclusiveness and diversity. This is what the companies strive for. And then when you do it, look, they got a major problem with it because you really don't want it. Why don't you just be honest about that? You really don't want it. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you heard, the principal is now suing this charter school, which is Charter School USA, for being fired, really for just doing his job, filling positions and enforcing the mandate. So you can do your job, you can do what you're told according to state guidelines, and they'll still find a way to get rid of you. And this dude looked just like them. But y'all, please tell me what you think. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.